Okay, so let's start with some big news. This week, we saw a federal judge look at this plea deal that the Justice Department had offered Hunter Biden, and that thing went off the rails in court. And now it's on hold for quite a while. It seems like a pretty sweetheart deal. What were your thoughts watching that play out?
Well, they gave him a traffic ticket for which other people suffered greatly, many other people with the same kind of thing. I don't think there's ever been anything like this because it's got so many different elements, but he was given a traffic ticket, and the judge was, she's a brilliant woman, and she was, I think, very indignant about it. I don't think she was happy about it.
Under questioning, the prosecutors admitted that this deal was unprecedented, that they never offered a deal like this before. Do you think that it's unfair that Hunter Biden's getting such a sweetheart deal?
Well, that speaks for itself. They actually admitted there's never been a deal like this done before, and yeah, I mean, sweetheart, it's beyond sweetheart. Nobody even understood the deal. The judge was the one that really figured out the deal. They were not telling the judge. I think the prosecutors and the others, they may or may not have understood it together, but they certainly seemed to have a different take on it. But the judge understood it better than they did, and she wasn't happy about it.
So this is just the latest in the Biden family corruption stuff that's been coming out. We saw Senator Grassley push to release this FBI document very recently that alleges that the Biden family was, both Joe Biden himself and Hunter Biden both received $5 million in bribes. Did you get a chance to review that document? What did you think about it?
I think it's terrible. There's never been a time like this in our country. They go around indicting me for nothing. For really political interference or election interference is what they're practicing at a level nobody's ever seen. And this is a crime family. That was like mobsters, the way they spoke on the phone, the way he spoke on the phone about his father sitting there. And he was sitting there. Does anyone have a doubt about that? No, this is a thing that this country has never seen before. And nothing happens to him.
So if you're elected president again, I mean, is there something you intend to do about this?
Well,
you appoint a special prosecutor?
Yeah,
maybe?
I probably shouldn't talk about that now. It's a little early. But you can't allow this stuff to go on. This is terrible what's happening. And so bad for our country. And getting money from other countries, Ukraine, China, and many other countries. And then you wonder, why are we putting up all the money in Ukraine? Why isn't Europe putting up the money? The European Union is putting up just a tiny fraction of what we're putting up, and it affects them much more. And maybe is this the reason why? Because they're getting a fortune from Ukraine. They're getting a fortune from China. Look at the money that they're being paid by China. And this was all found out by the Republican Congress and the committees. And this is peanuts compared to what they seem to be ready to find out. No, this is terrible that a thing like this could happen. And yet they go after the Republican. From the day I came down the escalator, they've been doing this stuff. Whether it's Russia, the Mueller witch hunt, which turned out to be totally no collusion after 2 years. No, it's a very sad thing. What they do and what they're doing to our country is very, very sad. But it's actually a crime family. And I have such respect for the judge because she called it out. I mean, a lot of people, they always said it's a rubber stamp, whoever gets it. She didn't view it as a rubber stamp, and I just have such respect for her.